Hello crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am using up a whole bunch of little paper scraps and lace and fabric or ribbon scraps, like all the little tiny bits and pieces I've been collecting from when I make collages or whatever I have left over. Usually I would like toss these pieces, but I decided I want to make use of them too, because the less trash you produce, the better. And there's so many ways you can use up these little pieces. Okay, so what I came up with, and I'm sure this has been done under a different name, but I had the idea when I made my blue junk journal. And I created, because I had like a whole bunch of scraps, and I had some little pieces of my collage board left, and usually, like, if I cannot fit another tag or journaling card on it, I just toss it. But I didn't want to throw it out, so I just punched out. I used my, where's my punch? This one, because the piece was just big enough, and then I just sewed some little, oops, I'm sorry, some little pieces. It's like this old antique, or antique measuring tape that was like fabric, some book page, and then some lace. And I just usually it's like a cluster, or I think people call it a cluster, and you can just use it to decorate your pages. But because of the shape, I liked it, so I glued it on the, like on the edge, so it overhangs the edge, and you can use it as a tab. I would probably, depending on the back side, I would probably cover this with some other paper if I had to, like if this wouldn't like look nice. But yeah, so what I want to make today is cluster tabs. So I just made these two, and you can use different punches, but I made these two. And I think they're really cute, and they're pretty much just scraps except for the buttons, but I have a bazillion buttons. So yeah, I'm gonna do those today. Okay, so like I said, for my blue journal one, I used a leftover piece of a collage as the base. So if you have that, that's great. If you have any cardstock or scrapbook paper that's a little thicker, that has nice pattern, that's great too. But in my case, I also wanted to use up some book page scraps. So I just took, like, this is like a, oop, I have a hair on here, a square card that came with like a magazine, and I just took a whole bunch of book pages and tore them in pieces and just made a little book page collage, because I like the different beige and brownish tones and the different fonts. And this is like a very subtle base, so then it doesn't compete with all the little scraps that you put on it to embellish it. You don't have to do this, but that's just my preference. Okay, so super easy. You just take like random, like, thick paper or scrapbook paper or manila folder, whatever, and if you have a bunch of old book pages and you don't know what to do with them, there you go. I had some leftover pieces laying around like this, and then, or I tore some other pieces that I knew I wasn't ever going to use for anything else, because I think all the junk journalers have plenty of old book pages laying around. So I just quickly collaged this earlier, let it dry, and then I used my my punch. This one I love. I think I got, it's like a Fisker, and I think I got that from, because the orange, oh yeah, it's Fisker's. I got this from Amazon, I think. I like this, I think, better than circles, because it's more interesting. But you just punch it, it's super easy, and the measurement is, it's about 2 inches, a little less than 2 inches. Like, it's 2 inches from this to this corner, and then from here to here it's less than 2 inches. So this is really, really a great one. Or you can use I think it's a 2-inch circle. Nope, 1.5-inch circle. I thought it was, no, it's not. it's a 2-inch circle. This is, oops, it just looks smaller, obviously. It's a 2-inch circle. A 1-inch circle is a little too small, so I recommend the 2-inch circle. If you have that, you don't have to have any punches. You can just cut shapes, draw them and cut them out, or just use random shapes. So I'm just gonna punch out a few of these. 1, 2, and then we can make some of these guys. All right, so my little hectagon. Where do I want you? Let me tear this up. I just want to cut so I have like different, oh, that fell off. Different shades of, or colors, not colors, but different shades or papers. Okay, so let's do 2 of each. Who knows? Okay, so the first thing I always do is just distress the edge real quick. You don't have to do this. Also, if you don't like, you can totally use different colors. Doesn't have to be these book page, these old book pages. You could just use scrapbook paper, gift wrap, any paper you have, even digital papers. I have plenty of those laying around too, but I love these. I guess I'm gonna make 5 because I got 5 of these guys. Okay, but this is a really, really quick thing to do, and you can use up a bunch of scraps, and then you can have them ready for embellishing your pages in your scrap. Why do I keep saying scrapbooks? Because we're using scraps in your junk journals, or you can, like I said, use them as tabs. So like in each signature could have a tab at the beginning or in the end or middle or whatever. Okay, so what I usually do, I try to find, I have also a bunch of, like, I made a collage earlier, and I have a whole bunch of scraps laying around, but I also have this one. This box has like mainly just book pages, so I'm not gonna, maybe I use some music paper, but because this is already all brownish beige, I'm not gonna add more. So I might use this one, or I can tear it. Let's see what we can do. Oh, there's a good one. And you can make it as tiny, like the pieces as tiny as you like them, or as big as you like them. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like adding them randomly. Let's see. Oh, there's some words. I want some, oh, there's some purple. Let's do purple, huh? Okay, and then also what I do, I also distress the edges of these little papers, because I think they stand out more, or it can, and then it makes it look, you can actually, by looking at it, you can tell that it's layers rather than them all blending together. I like to be able to see that, hey, there is a whole bunch of different layers. Also, all optional. You don't have to do that. If you don't like distressing edges, I love that. I think a lot of, oh, I almost said scrapbook again. I think a lot of junk journals love this. Let me know in the comments below if you are a edge inker or distresser or not. I definitely am. All my stuff is always distressed. Okay, so let's do this. And I also have these little 1-inch circles that I punched out with my 1-inch circle punch. That I can use. Okay, I was going to put the purple over here. I'm going to use... Okay, I need something else. Oh yeah, and then I have, really funny, I ordered some tracing paper, because I was trying to figure out with my friend Natalie from Line.Arrow. She has like this calc papier. That's what it's called, calc papier. It's not the same as our tracing paper or vellum, because the calc papier doesn't tear, I think. So that's why she uses it for pockets. And I was like, okay, so I translated it to from Dutch and German to English as tracing paper. So I ordered this one on Amazon. What I didn't realize was on the paper pad on the front, it said easily tearable, or tearable, so like you can tear it easily. There's a fly here. What the heck? So yeah, it's not what I wanted, but it's very crinkly. So I just took a piece. I love this. And I crinkled it up and I unfolded it again, and then I just went over it with my my distress thingy. So it's like brown or beige and has like some texture and some crinkliness. Okay, so, and then we can use our little scraps here. Okay, let's see, what do we like? Ooh, didn't I see? Okay, I'm gonna definitely use this. And then, oh, there's a little flower thing. So usually, yeah, I would throw this away, but it's a flower, and you can just put this on here, and you have a nice cluster that you can use. Oh, I like this one. And I also like this one. I think I might put both of them on here. Do I have something in purple? Nope. Let's see. I just got this. I can just, don't tell anyone, I'm making my own scrap. I'm just gonna trim a little a tiny bit of this off because I need something purple. Oh gosh, I can't even tear this. Chips. Sorry, silk. Okay, just a little tiny bit. But when you unfold it, you have a little bigger bit. Okay, so I think I also want the lace on here. I can hear my daughter sing upstairs. She's supposed to nap, and she's laying in her bed just singing. All right, I think I'm gonna glue them all down. So I'm not gonna like lay it, oh, I forgot this one. I'm not gonna like lay it out perfectly because I'm gonna have to glue it down anyway. I think I want some of this on here as well. Why is there a fly here? It's winter. Okay, so still might look, this could use some color. What could we put here? Do you have anything else that's blue? Ooh, how about this? I like this. All right, so next step I'm going to do, oh, was I going to use this somewhere? Maybe I'll stick this in here. I'm just going to glue the stuff down. You don't have to like put glue on everything. I mean, not on, like, let me show you. You don't have to put glue on the entire thing. I just put a little bit of glue so it sticks, because I usually sew it down with like a zigzag stitch that goes across the thing. If you don't want to stitch it, then I recommend making sure you glue it down really well. Okay, so and I like when stuff sticks up a little bit, so it's more 3D. Okay. Oop, here's the flower. It is a rainy day today. We were supposed to go ice fishing, but who wants to sit on a frozen lake when it's raining? Yuckies. Okay. I mean, rain is good because it means spring is on the way and it's not snowing. But I still prefer to be in my dry house. Okay, where do I want this? Oh, we're still in the frame, yes. And I will show them close up when we're done. So, great way to use up book pages, because we have our book page collage. Great way to use up little scraps that you have left over from, oh, I didn't use my music page. Little scraps that you have left over from yeah, your collages or things you don't want to throw away. And then great way to use up little bits and pieces. You can also use fabric pieces. I just don't have any fabric pieces right now. I'm sure I will again soon. I'm gonna put this. Yeah, okay. And I'm probably gonna put buttons on them too. I want music paper. Why do I want music paper? Maybe on this one. Maybe I'll take. Maybe I don't use music paper. I don't have to. Okay, let's do this one next. I just have one recommendation. If you use, I used old dictionary pages, and if you use those on your collage, make sure that you don't use any weird words. I almost put bladder on there, and I was like, I'm not sure if someone wants a decoration that has the word bladder. I mean, not a bad word, but it's weird. Weird to have a bladder. A bladder on your cluster. Okay, and then yes, so I have my gilding wax, and I used to just put my finger in and put it on the round edges of my paper, but I have this old broken paintbrush, super cheap quality, and these are very weird bristles. However, it's great to just dab in there and then just spread it, so I don't have to get my fingers dirty or gold anymore. This is totally optional, obviously. You don't have to do this. I think you could probably, oops, I got it on my finger. You can could also do it with like gold, maybe like gold acrylic paint. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Chips. Number 3. 2 more. Okay, let's do this. Ah, oh my god. Ugh. Gosh. A little too. Try not to rush too much here. And then we got these little tiny bits. I like that these colors match, and then this matches the little birdies. So I'm just gonna put a teensy bit of glue on here. And these are great for mask making as well. I love everything that's easy and quick. Take this piece off. I know some people like to collect or keep all these little pieces. I had this big bin with scraps that I kept for like ever since I started making scrapbook. Again, scrapbooks. Oh my gosh. Junk journals, not scrapbooks. My brain. The other day I threw everything out without even looking at it because it was just too much, and I can't, like, it stressed me out if I have too much. Like when I reorganize some stuff, it would just stress me out if I have too much, and I haven't touched it in like over a year, so why on earth would I keep it? I have like these little scraps or these, so now when this gets full, I start making stuff like this and I used to really just keep every single little scrap, and that's just too much. If you have a use for every single scrap, that's fine, but I just can't. It's just, it stresses me out to have all the clutter, so I had to be brave and just get rid of it. And I like recycling and reusing things because then we have less trash. And when I used to make artist trading cards, I would save like so many things that I would usually toss in the trash. Every time I was about to throw something away, I was like, wait, what can I use this for? What can I do with it? And so many times I was able to save stuff and just recycle it. And same with like cereal box or pasta boxes, like the cardboard you can use as backing for tags. Some are a little thick, but I saved them all and I used tons of them as the backing of the artist trading cards, because they had to be sturdy, or I wanted them to be sturdy. So that worked wonderfully, and we had a lot less trash. It's funny how when you start crafting with these things, that you look at everything and think, what could I make with this? So yeah, that's fun, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna plop this on here. Chips. Okay, so we got all 5, and I am going to do some stitching real quick, and then I'll come back and we can finish them. Alrighty, so I've done some stitching around them. Here I did a little round zigzag stitch. Here I just went through the little sari silk. Here I went around that flower piece because it's fairly thick, so I didn't want to like go like sew through that. And here I just did a straight zigzag stitch, and then here just on the side. Okay, so I picked out a few buttons from my button jar that could go with the colors. You don't have to add buttons. I happen to have a lot of buttons. This one I can't use. However, I can use my pliers if I can find them. Oh, there they are. And I can try to take this piece off. I cannot guarantee that it works, but oh, here we go. Perfect. Almost flat. Yay, because I like that color and the texture. Okay, so now we can do some button gluing. Okay, let me just trim these little bits. Chips and chips. So these are white on the back, so they will be like, if I use them as a tab, you would see the white background. If you don't want a white, or the white backside, if you don't want it to be like that, you can just cover this up, like with another book page or whatever you have laying around. Okay, I'm just trimming these off, and then we're gonna glue. And I always use my Fabri-Tac, my Fabri-Tac glue to glue my buttons on. I just feel like it is easier. Well, there, Mr. Glue Bottle, don't do that to me, please. Okay, my trusty rusty needle. And I think I'm just gonna stick that right on here. One. Yeah. This one might not need a button because we have the flower, but I feel like it's a little naked without that button or something. So and I have a whole bunch of these old vintage buttons. So I'm just gonna put one on there for the sakes of using up stuff. I gotta clean out my button jar because I have a whole bunch of weird wooden buttons that I had ordered on like AliExpress or the Wish app a long time ago when I did my ATCs, my artist trading cards, and I don't ever use them, so I'm just gonna get rid of them. Sometimes you just have to clean out stuff that you don't use anymore. I'm gonna put you right here. And then this one I think is a really, really pretty color. I didn't even know I had this button. And then, as a last step, I'm just gonna add some more of the gold gilding wax which I said, like I said, is optional if you don't want to do that, or if you don't have any of it. You don't have to do that. I just like it. It's a little, adds a little bit of something. When the light reflects, it looks nice. Reflects, not reflex. Okay. Ta-da! There we go. That was quick, 5 little things. Okay, and now we can do, I didn't even put the screw to top on. Oh, that was a little too much. And with this brush, I can also go over it, like just dab over it, and it leaves like little specks of gold, which is really nice. Okay, get one. Oh, I forgot to trim this one. I have glue strings all over me. It's like spider webs. I think it just gives it a finishing touch or look. Oh wow, this looks actually really neat if I put this on the button. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, oopsies. And I can use some of those in my spring journal that I'm working on. And you are the last one, I think. Hey, there's a glue string onto my brush. How the heck did that happen? Okay, I still have to wipe my fingers or clean wash them, but it's not as bad as when I did it with my finger. Okay, so I really like them. Okay, let's take a closer look. Those 3. And then we have these 2. I think they're so pretty. And then these were the ones that I had already made earlier. All right, so let me know what you think. And I hope this gives you some ideas or inspiration to make some of those as tabs or clusters for your pages to decorate and to use up some of your scraps. So I'm sure we all have some scraps laying around. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!